I'm such a big advocate champion for healthcare and self-care and mental health. And when you started saying that, I was like, that's my one of my favorite words is self-care. And I always try to make time to sit with myself. If I'm feeling away, I don't say just to stay in the feeling, but we do need to process feelings, thoughts, and experiences. That's saying there's more room out than in. You're either going to implode or explode, meaning you need to find some way to channel those thoughts, those energies. And yes, prayer is great, but there should be other avenues, whether it's therapy, journaling, physical health, physical fitness, even sometimes checking what you're eating, because what you're eating can actually um, amplify the emotion. You know, if you're feeling lethargic and tired, now you're eating a lot of sugar, a lot of salty stuff, making your blood pressure crazy. Now it's only making it more profound, more amplified on what you're feeling. So making those lifestyle changes, little things, drinking your water instead of eating chips, grab a banana. You know, if you're at work, you know, I'm a heel girl. I love my heels. Throw some shoes, you know, some flats and go for a walk 15 minutes, you know, between breaks at work. I just got a walking pad. Shout out to Regina. And so we've been staying on each other every day. Hey sis, did you walk today? You know, she was like, oh, I did 45 minutes. But I'm like, what was the mileage? Because it's mileage over minutes. So if you didn't get at least a mile and a half in, I don't care if you hit your 45-minute mark. If you got to go another 10 minutes to get that 0.5 in, let's go and let's do that. So having those accountability partners and those people around you to check in every day. Hey, what are you taking in today? Like with her, you know, she has this water challenge and she's pushing me. She sent me a message earlier. Did you drink your water today? And those things are important. Even having conversations like this so we can kind of check our thoughts, monitor our thoughts, monitor what you're watching on TV. If you know you've gone through a bad relationship, hey sis, guess what? Lifetime may not be for you right now. You
Absolutely.
know, let's switch those things up. So what you're saying, everything destiny, everything is very on point. And as we begin to wind down this conversation, just one more point. Just because you are standing on business in such a literal sense, you have so many things going on. What do you feel like, you know, even in the world of coaching, the importance of creating community within yourself and around and people around you?
Yeah, creating community is extremely important. One of my mentors always says that isolation leads to intrusion, right? Dr. Joshua Smith, he always says isolation leads to intrusion. And so when you don't have community, you tend to make yourself a community of one. And I know that because that was my experience. I was the girl that, you know, I didn't want to engage with people. I wanted to be to myself, by myself. I don't need no help. But which was also in a lot of parts trauma response, right? That's a whole nother, you know. But I learned when being a part of community and building community, that's how you become better because iron sharpens iron. You have a safe space. So in everything that I do, I always say I create sacred safe spaces of sisterhood. Like that's one of my mantras because I see the benefits of how our life increases and the quality of our life enhances in multiple areas when we are insulated versus being isolated. Furthermore, my pastor, your pastor, Pastor Mark Moore,
That's
uh,
my pastor too.
right, your pastor, but my pastor, our pastor, shout out Spirit of Truth Church. He emphasizes that a lot too, you know, about community. And so even our church community, that's been such a tremendous blessing to me because that came in a season where I was coming out of isolation. Like I was coming out of a season where I literally was very much isolated, literally, and in the mental space, like and spiritually. So having a church community to have people to, I look forward to driving 2.5 hours to go to church on Sundays because there's community there. There's people there that make me better, that sharpen me, that their energy, their spirit, seeing what they're doing, it inspires me. And so it's extremely important to find your community. And you can have multiple communities for multiple things. You got your fitness communities, those people that's going to help you stay on top of your health and wellness. You got maybe your entrepreneur community. So it's okay to have multiple communities based on your need and based on your goals in life.